see the point of this meeting.
Why? It is super serious right now. We just have 2 days left.
I know, but we can figure out something else.
But we don't have the thing we need on stock here.
Oh, hello. What's the commotion about?
Hi.
Well,
We have a problem. We have a serious problem.
Tell me about it.
So, there's a piece of manufacturing who is missing, and it's not in stock. And that means it doesn't work without the piece. And we have to get it from overseas. That means we have to wait. And if we don't get the piece from overseas, we are gonna have to stop the production in like 2 days. So,
and you know how much big deal that is. We would lose so much money, so we need it really right now. And we were just talking about it. In my opinion, the best way to do it is 3D printing.
3D printing?
Yeah, I know you're not a big fan of that, but I think that is the best way to do it. And I don't know, do you know something about 3D printing?
Not really, no.
No. Okay, so maybe we should start a little bit about the history of 3D printing, and then I will tell you how it works. Maybe you will get a feeling for that, and I know my idea is the best idea.
go for it.
Alright. The history goes back further than you might realize. With its origins in the 19th century, the inception of 3D printing can be traced back to 1976, when the inkjet printer was invented. 1981, Hideo Kodama of Nagoya Municipal Industrial Research Institute publishes the first account of a working photopolymer rapid prototyping system. So basically a group of techniques used to quickly fabricate a scale model of a physical part or assembly using three-dimensional computer-aided design data. In 1984, adaptations and advances on the inkjet concept moved the technology from printing with ink to printing with materials. Charles Hull, later the co-founder of 3D Systems, invents stereolithography, a printing process that enables a tangible 3D object to be created from digital data. The technology is used to create a 3D model from a picture and allows users to test the design before investing in a larger manufacturing program. In the decades since, a variety of applications of 3D printing technology have been developed across several industries. So that's basically the history of 3D printing. Right now I just explained through the history of 3D printing, but of course I should tell you a little bit more about how it works so you know what we're gonna do. Just be quiet, okay? So there are basically 3 steps of 3D printing. So it's a blueprint, sending the blueprint to the printer, and then the printer is gonna print the object. But of course that is not a lot of details. So I'm gonna show you a picture on my laptop right here and explain you the 3 steps a little bit more in detail. So, a 3D image is created using a computer-aided design software. So you're basically sitting on your computer and designing an object in 3D. And this picture is going to be sent to the printer. And the printer is going to use plastic filament, melts the plastic, and pushes the plastic through the melted plastic through the nozzle. And then it goes in different layers, and it like cools down immediately. And with the different layer, it creates the object you just designed on your computer. So that's basically how 3D printing works in those 3 steps. But of course, I want to show you one as well. So we're just going to change locations right now.
Wasn't expecting that.
Wow, well that was a change of locations, but we made it. You're all good?
Yeah,
great.
really.
So that was the 3D printer I wanted to show you. So what do you think?
It's kind of primitive.
I think it looks pretty shitty.
Well, of course that's not a 3D printer we're going to use for our product. But it's just a prototype to show you how a 3D printer works. And I just wanted to show you some pieces that 3D printer printed. So just to show you and give you an idea how the things we're going to print will look like. So let's take a closer look at that. Here you can see the objects this 3D printer printed, but remember it's a prototype of a 3D printer. So, but it's pretty amazing already. So you can see here that object is able to move. Or we have here a lens for a camera. Or here a minion, and you can here see perfectly the different layers of the 3D printer. And that is a shade for a lamp. So, but you can like put it on a lamp and it's gonna shine. But of course here you see the layers of the printing process as well. So it is pretty amazing, and that's perfect for our object we need right now. So I think we should do it.
Applications of 3D printing. The use of 3D printers has a broad scope. On the one hand, there is a private use and on the other the professional use in business. The business sector of 3D printing has a broad variety of possibilities. Whereas 3D printers in private life are most times used for souvenirs or small pieces of crafts, the business sector can be divided into two big categories: production and models. Production means that the 3D printer is used to produce either a very small series of pieces like prototyping, or even just one piece, a unique item or custom-made products. Models are most used in the automotive industry, but also in the aerospace industry. Even the NASA uses 3D printing for its rockets. So models can be very helpful for research and development. Another important use to design things in general. Back to production. The use in the medicine plays an important role, because parts of the human body, like prostheses, vital organs or parts of it, can be reproduced by 3D printing.
And now I want to show you or explain you like the opportunities and chances of 3D printing. So basically a prototype can be obtained in a few hours. So it really speeds up our production process. And there cannot be made any mistakes in building them. And that is a huge positive effect right now, because that's exactly what we need. We have to speed up the mass production process.
Sorry to interrupt, but I did some research as well on 3D printing. I'm gonna talk about the problems of 3D printing and the risks. You know how much energy is consumed by 3D printers? A lot of it, 50 to 100 times more than the usual molding process. Yes, sir.
Wow.
And it is crazy. And even though the object is the same weight and height, it consumes like 50 to 100 times more.
Okay, but of course that is a huge big deal nowadays, and I know, but it shortens our productions and we're saving money with it. And that's exactly what we need for our problem. Short
That's
production
what we need to remember.
Yeah, saving the money.
Is it
speeding up the process?
Is it worth it if the air emissions are as bad as smoking a cigarette or using a gas stove? It is not worth it. You do your research, you read it.
I know, but it would help us doing that. And I don't know. I don't know how to explain you that. Check about the customization right now. We're saving money, we can design our objects, and it shortens our production process. And there's no other way to do it right now. And I know there are a lot of disadvantages, but we have to focus on
For example, hacking. Yeah, we can design our own stuff, but people can hack our computer and get our blueprints and then just copy them, because 3D printer is just basically copying, and it doesn't matter if they use it in another country because the copyright laws might not apply. That means they can directly steal.
I know, but let's talk about the design thing. It is a huge advantage to design, because before proceeding the design process, the designer can make sure the design is available without the production cost, because they're doing it on their computer before we have to spend any money on it. And then we are saving money there again. And then we're speeding up our process. And that's how the whole thing works.
It's alright, it works, we save money, but it is really dangerous. People are printing guns.
Guns?
They're printing guns and drugs. Do you want your kids to do drugs printed by a 3D printer? That's just sad. They're made out of plastic. That means the metal detectors cannot realize if you have a gun with you. That means terrorists, naughty children in school, they all can have guns like that.
Okay, I get that. That is a huge disadvantage of 3D printing.
Yeah.
But not in our case. And even though to that argument, there are a lot of positive things too. Teaching and medical use. Printing organs just in a few hours.
That sounds
It is the future. 3D printing is the future. Ears are already being printed nowadays. So we cannot stop the whole thing. And seriously, we just have to focus on our problem right now. I know the huge disadvantage of printing guns, drugs, and whatever, and the copyright issue. But for our problem, we just have 2 days left, and we need to speed up the production, and we need to save money, and I think that's all on the option.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the evening news. Today the focus will be set on the use of 3D printing in the future based on the previous TED Talk by Rick Smith. Apart from single use like food printing, as for example candies and sweets, there are more professional 3D printing trends in the future. Firstly, one trend is localized production for consumer and industrial goods. It can be used in a lot of cases. When your daughter wants to customize new shoes, or even when a part from your dishwasher is broken, you can easily order a new one. The localized production is more convenient to satisfy the needs in your household. But a big disadvantage is that the company productions will dramatically compress or be eliminated through the self-home printing. The second trend is custom production materials. Very soon the material itself will contain pain medication and antibiotics designed to release slowly over time. Printing by using graphene, a substance that is quite flexible, transparent and yet 100 times stronger than steel. So maybe we can create outfits for a new Superman? Last but not least, the probably biggest trend in the future is 4D printing. You print a 3D project that at some future point can automatically self-assemble or change shape when confronted with a change in its environment, such as temperature or moisture. Get ready to wear sneakers that become running shoes, grow cleats if you walk on grass, or become waterproof if it starts to rain. All these trends provide high potential. We will see what the future brings. Thank you very much for switching on today. Tomorrow at 8 we are back with new hot trends. Have a nice evening.
Do it.